Alright, hello everybody, I'm still MadMegaX, though you might see I've changed my attire a little bit. I have my plunger gun ready because we are going to play some QuackShot starring Donald Duck. So let's get ready. I'm going to give my yeah, thank you, Kat.
Thank you.
And let me get over to the title screen. I'll give you a quick countdown so we can get going here. And in 3, 2, 1, go! Woo! Woo!
So who's Donald Duck?
Donald Duck is awesome, but well, let's start with the kind of story here. What's going on here? This is another Donald Duck game. In this case, he is trying to get a lost treasure, and that's the reason why he's dressed like everyone's favorite 1930s, 40s pulp adventurer, with this nice hat and jacket. And okay, that's fine. All I really wanted was the 1-up. That's a little bit of marathon safety there. It's never a bad idea to pick up an extra 1-up in a Donald Duck game.
Specifically Donald Duck games.
That's what I say. So, first, we start off in Mexico, and we are... The whole way that this game works is you kind of run around to different areas of the world, and you're trying to basically put together a map to get to this lost Viking treasure. And so part of the run is just knowing what is the most optimal way to select the stages to play through them. Luckily, that's not super hard to figure out, and the reason why it matters what you play through is you'll get upgrades and different weapons and that sort of thing. So like right now, you'll notice that my plunger is yellow. A yellow plunger is not super useful. It's just, yeah, it's, you know, who has a yellow plunger, you know?
I think I've got like a black one at home, but I don't think that's in this game.
Alright, so I planted a flag, and that means that I can call the boys to come get me in the helicopter. They weren't kidnapped this time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what we've noticed here is, like, we got to this pyramid, and she's like, well, you can't get in here without this key or whatever. Right? Key?
Key, yeah.
So we have to go and find the key. It's somewhere. We'll figure it out. We probably know where it is in this speedrun.
So, this is Donald when he's a little angry. We actually really like Donald when he's angry, because he moves very fast. So we just talked to this fellow here. He was very friendly. He gave us the hero key. And now we go back to Mexico, and it lets us start off right where we planted this flag. And that nice lady says, hey, look at that, you found a key. You can use it. Now we're in a temple, and you'll note that I'm just kind of like spamming a button here. What you can do in this game is you can slide when you hold down an A. It's not dissimilar from you know, maybe Mega Man games if you've ever played them. But one of the differences in this game is that it allows you to just spam the slide button, which means that you can go, you can keep absolute max, because your slide slows down as time goes on, so you can just mash it and go fast forever. It's awesome. I love it.
It is a beautiful experience, just seeing Donald Duck just like slide along the ground from absolutely no momentum at all to 100% momentum.
All right, that's a little tougher than it looks. That saves a cycle on these blocks that move around. So we're gonna try to get through here. One of the things about the sliding is you can't actually spam it underneath. We're gonna do this a little slow because I could not get this earlier today, and even though it's a little slower, I'd rather get it right and take like 5 extra seconds than the 30 it took me last time. Say hi to Goofy. I don't know why he's here. I can attest to the fact that Goofy tends to show up just in all of the weirdest places. It's like, how is he always at the end of the stage before me? What is this dog doing?
Just foreshadowing the rest of the song.
But you'll notice that my plunger is now red, which is a much better color for a plunger to be. What am I doing? I should be a D-boost through this. Look at all this health I have. What am I doing? Alright, so the cool thing about the red plunger is it sticks to walls. So we can use it to do stuff like that, which is going to allow us to get the places we couldn't get to before. Okay, that guy just decided that I wasn't going to hit him. That's cool. The way that you pick up full health in this game is by picking up giant roast chickens. I'm not going to comment on how foul that is.
Oh, that's a joke.
Oh, it's cannibal.
Oh, it's right there. Okay. So now we are done with Mexico. We got what we needed out of Mexico. Now we have to go back to Duckburg. And since we have the we can now use our red plunger to sneak up here. Just bounce up these walls here. Gonna oh, okay, we'll just take that hit. That's fine. Whatever. It's okay.
We got health.
That jump is actually really treacherous if you try to jump it, or you could slide off it, and it is completely safe every time. So don't ever jump there, just slide. This is a section that has some pretty cool music, and as I said during Lucky Dime Caper, I love the sprites for Donald. I think they are always great. But look at this, he's just holding on, and he's like,
there's not a lot of room to hold. I'd be so terrified.
So cute. I love it. And the moon is smiling at you, or the sun, or whatever. I don't actually know what like celestial body that is, but it's one of them, and it looks great. So
I don't trust the eyes.
And here we see Gyro. He's going to give us bubblegum ammo. It's just another thing that we can use for our guns. So you'll notice that I picked up a couple like corn, like just stalks of corn a couple of times. That's popcorn ammo. I use that in the Mexico temple to get through. It sprays out in large AOE effect, effectively. It's really useful, and we use it for some of the bosses for sure. But the bubble gum is another one that we try to use for bosses. See, that's what I was talking about right there. That's why I shot that guy. That wasn't, that wasn't just because I missed an input somewhere. I was to show it off to everybody.
We needed to see it.
And again,
that turtle was carrying an entire roast duck.
Yes. So cool thing about the enemies that drop stuff in this game that you can see is that they are carrying like slings. If an enemy isn't carrying a sling, that means that
I never knew that.
Yeah, so this guy he's got the sling, that means he'll drop something.
Oh, I learned something new, and I've run this game.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. So now we're in Transylvania. So I like to shoot that guy because he gives me a 1-up. That's the only reason I shoot that guy. We jump shoot over him because when you shoot, Donald's hitbox actually gets a little smaller. So you can actually jump over some stuff that you wouldn't be able to normally. So we're going to hit him. So, interesting thing about this game, there are two versions. One version gives you a whole bunch of health and stuff at the very end of the game. This is actually that version, and I know that because if you're in Transylvania, there's a bat that does not spawn in this version. He spawns in the version that just says, "Oh, you want more health? Tough. You don't get any." So I prefer to run in this one. It's a little easier because you really can't help but pick up the extra health and ammunition, and it makes life a little easier for speed run purposes, to speak. I don't know. I just like that word. And switch over to the plunger here. If I get this right, I won't. Nope. You can actually just fall straight down there, and it saves a little bit of time because a duck in water just moves the way he normally does on land, just slower.
Yeah, he has since
Preferable to Lucky Dime Caper.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He saw how he swims, and he decided never again. I'm just gonna walk along the floor.
He's like, you know what? I know how it looks when I swim. We saw that in Lucky Dime. Oh, really?
Was it like the last possible pixel?
That is probably the last possible pixel for that to happen.
98% of the way there.
Just about as close as you can get while still getting it wrong.
Oh, please.
You know what? It's fine.
It's okay. It's not like you're a duck or anything.
Yeah, it's like you should be totally comfortable in the water. So that's actually a cool mechanic we use. When Donald's in the air and he's in a walking motion, he will stop moving entirely if you fire his gun. So we took that damage intentionally, and we're going to take another one there. Oh, that was very tight. Because if you take damage, Donald stops moving, and that platform will just like go right through you, and that sucks because it's very slow, and you have to wait for it to come back down. So we don't want to do that if we can help it, and just come on, Donald, work with me here, man. What we're going to try is we're going to try to get a little skip here. That might be a little low. Nope, we got it. Cool.
Ooh.
So what we do here is this wall normally will collapse on us, but we're not going to climb that wall. We're going to jump to this, and now it kills me once, but now I'm here, and it saves this whole like animation of like that wall closing down on you. And yeah, so that saves a good bit of time.
That looked intentional in the programming, but all right.
Yeah, I can't complain. It saves a little bit of time. So let's all say hi to Count Duckula.
No, Dracula Duck.
Dracula.
Yeah.
Dracula Duck is a different thing.
100%.
Don't get us sued.
So, yes, this is just if you've ever played the DuckTales game on NES, this is I guess it's the same duck,
Same dude, yeah.
same dude, just like always hanging out here causing trouble for our heroic fowl. This boss is actually kind of annoying because those bats just fly all over and they can occasionally just decide to hit you no matter what you do. And so that's always fun. So now we're done with all 3 of the starting levels. So now the map opens up a bit and we're going to go to Maharaja.
So vampire ducks are weak to rubber, is what I'm getting of the plunger,
Yes.
and possibly popcorn.
Yeah, I mean, it seems legit, right? We're gonna be angry here for a second. Hit that guy. You know, I never do that segment right. That segment I can never. These guys actually take 3 hits. They're kind of annoying.
At least you can get something.
Yeah, those guys, like, they play a tune and Donald gets confused and he just stands there and while a snake comes over and smacks him right in the face.
Maharaja skip.
Yeah, we just skipped the text box. Who needs a text box? We don't want those.
Basically, what he's telling is, if you can defeat my, what is it? His tiger.
Yeah, his pet tiger.
He
The
can,
thing.
yeah.
The MacGuffin.
Yes.
So this is a maze section.
It is a maze section, which I don't actually know what happens if you go in the wrong door.
You just keep going back.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
the
put you.
wrong part.
Yeah. Take that hit, that's fine, because I still have 2 health.
Oh, nice.
Switch over to popcorn.
You
So
have to wiggle around to get in there.
So this boss only can take damage when it's in the air. There we go. And so you can one cycle him just. And then we get Donald like, hey, you
die?
dead yet? What are you doing? Let's get out of here. So now we got to talk to Maharaja. He gives us this tier, the tier of the Sphinx, I think it's called.
Yeah. Something like that.
When you do hit it with the plunger, it just kind of floats in midair and
Stays in midair,
wiggles.
attached to a plunger. So we get another opening here where we pick up a little bit of hot peppers, and hot peppers for some reason make Donald angry. I don't know why they make him. I love hot food, so like it makes me happy. But I guess Donald's he's a different kind of duck. So
If I ate 5, I'd probably do the same.
so now we angrily just punch through all of this stuff, and this door is closed. We can't get in. It's like, Donald, dude, look at this. We got this thing. We can't get in there. So now we're in another temple area. So we're gonna try to break to hit a cycle here. It's not super tight, but it's a little difficult because the window's a little short to be able to make that jump right there. That's what I was trying to do. And you'll notice that him climbing. Oh yeah, there's no ceiling there.
Yeah, that's on purpose.
Yeah. No, actually, the first time you play this, you'll generally fall down that pit and be like, "Hey, what happened?" And then they give you some popcorn and a roast chicken. You're like, "Okay, you know what? There are worse dirty tricks to play on a duck." So this section, I'm gonna take a little safe. You can make that jump, but sometimes it decides that no, you didn't.
The fire is instant death if my memory serves me well.
Yes.
Yeah,
If you fall into that burning ring of fire, you will go down, 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 and that is the end of your life.
We going for the puzzle skip?
Yes, I will be skipping the puzzle because I don't actually know the solution to it.
Yeah, you do. You do the right solution.
The first time I played
There we
this
go.
game blindly, I skipped the puzzle, not even knowing there was a puzzle there.
So you'll see here when I slide, I kind of like jump back and forth a little bit. The reason for that is that you can carry your momentum up and down You can't be sliding down things, but you can keep your momentum down or up. I didn't do it quite right that time, but so this is as fast as you move. Normally going up an incline, but if you get, you can keep the slide momentum the whole way up. So this is the puzzle we were talking about. Like you have to step on these things or whatever, and we're just not going to do that because it's slow and you can just beat the collapsing ceiling.
That wall is still coming down, so you can get past it, and it'll still push you down and lock you up if you don't get to the staff in time. So that's a fun little trick you can play on you.
Get to the staff. You actually can still do
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, because the staff stops the timer.
Shout out to minecart sections
Yeah,
and the
yeah,
most
minecart
awkward
sections.
jumping in the world.
Yeah.
I love that you just walk through it.
Yeah, you can see my feet. Just
But minecarts are how you know it's a good video game.
that's right. Minecarts are always the sign of excellent. Yeah, exactly.
Just like DuckTales.
All right. So what do we have here? See, that was one where I actually got the nice little speed boost going up there. Whee! So this is the South Pole. We need to pick up something here. What we picked up in Egypt was a... Oh, we're going to just jump over those guys. What we picked up was the Staff of Ra, which actually... Like, you'd have no idea what it does, right? Like, what's the Staff of Ra do? What it does is it allows us to see this thing stuck in the ice here. It's like, how do we get this out? Well, we get it out by using the Staff of Ra, and we melt it. It's like, or you, I don't know, it's called a fire, Donald.
Yeah,
You don't
like-
need a magical piece. Like, it's called a match, dude. I'm pretty sure they exist.
Whoa, we saw how many roast ducks and you want them to carry a match?
Dude, it's a duck that can't swim or fly. I think fire is maybe a technology beyond his.
Yet he's got this awesome plunger gun with unlimited ammo.
Actually, he does fly in this game.
With a plane.
No. I don't want to. Yeah, but it requires some assistance. But he can fly.
So now we're on a Viking ship. We ride these. We get a little higher than half mast. That's okay. We jump off and we can skip over a little bit of this. And you know, Donald's annoyed like I am that we have to stand there and wait, but that's okay. And now we go through here. Take that guy. We're gonna just grab that health because hey, why not? What else?
He's got ice cream in his pocket.
Yeah,
It's
exactly. Ice cream is 1 health, but devouring an entire, you know, duck-shaped enemy is apparently the way to refill your health. I guess that makes sense. So now we use that Viking key, which looked like a horn to me. I don't really know how that was a key, but I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to question it. It works.
Vikings make weird keys.
So now this boss can be a bit trolly, so hopefully,
It is-
alright.
It is a fight that completely eluded me for a long, long time until someone gave me a visual cue to look for.
Yeah, so the idea here is that you hit him with popcorn and then you shoot him with bubblegum ammo. And he will, and if you time it right, he'll just kind of, like, reform right as he takes damage. And there you go, super easy.
That was actually really good
He
too.
made it
Like,
look super easy. Because if he gets like that bubble timing off at all, then the boss goes ham on him, and you have to struggle to get him back in line. And
Yeah.
You can run out of popcorn ammo so quickly.
Yeah, that boss, if you screw it up, can just be atrocious. So now we have the green plunger. That's apparently Viking technology.
also, I didn't realize you could shoot plungers straight up, so I was stuck at this screen for a way too long amount of time.
So what the green plunger allows you to do is it allows you to shoot a bird and then just ride it. So yes,
Yep.
Donald can fly.
No,
Kinda.
This. No, I swear to God, he actually
I know.
flies later. Like, legit flying.
But you actually don't even need to move over. Like, those bombs will miss you. I just, you know,
Even if you're set
even
to the left.
yeah, even if you're set to the left. So
That's
like
hilarious.
for the longest time when I played this, I didn't know that you could even move over to the other
yeah,
side.
okay.
Just sat there. I was like, all right, whatever. This screen has my favorite enemy in the game.
King Orca.
Everybody say hello.
You know, over there, I'll make your society.
Got voted in.
It's the best sound.
It's so good.
So good.
So you're avoid
dentures?
nibbles and chili bird?
It's amazing. That is the best sound. Look, your speed game might be better than this, but it doesn't have a better sound than that. All right, that's just
Fun
fact.
fact, sampled from an actual orca. A lot of people don't realize that.
A lot of people don't know that at home. So, yeah, I was a little too far over. That's all right. This is. Oh, okay. So, one of the fun. Oh, you know what? That might actually work. Nope. Okay. So one of the cool things about the plunger gun is that you can. Oh, I shot too many. There's something over there. So, as they drop off, when you shoot, you will move 1 pixel forward.
Oh wow, that's a much easier way to do this.
And then
I just mashed the D-pad until I get it right.
Yeah.
Right. So that skips the entire area.
that skips an entire section. It's a huge sequence break, and you can save a ton of time by doing that. So remember how I said that the nephews a little too high on that one. Remember how I said the nephews didn't get kidnapped?
Well,
Check your mind.
I lied, because Pete's a jerk.
Yep.
This is the Disney block, so I think everybody needs to remember Pete is a jerk. That's just something to remember.
we gave him the Viking journal to let the nephews go, just in case you were wondering why he just dropped them off like he was babysitting.
Yeah, we got the Viking journal so that we could go get the Viking treasure, and then Pete's like, you did all that work, and I stole your nephews, which was way easier, so give me the Viking book. And that's what we did, and now we have to go. Now we have to be like, you know what? Okay, we got the nephews back, but we don't really care about them. We want the treasure, because this is Donald Duck, you know? He's not doing, this isn't for free, all right?
The new DuckTales sets him up as like he used to be a really great adventurer.
That's right, and this is just him adventuring. So here we have some snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? I feel like I should ask, given my semi-attire here. So we ride this down, and the reason I ride this down is I get a 1-up and I get a full chicken.
The reason why there's snake is the Jungle Book starring Donald Duck.
Yeah, that's actually like a completely free jump. It looks scary, but every time it works. This is one of my favorite jumps here, is that as soon as you get here, you can just jump. You're good. Like, it's totally free. All right, this section is like everybody's least favorite, but if we do it right, it will be poultry in motion.
Wait a second.
I feel like a joke has been
You
made.
said something other than what I expected.
Really?
You silly goose.
Oh, jeez. That got very scary right there for a second. All right, we took that a little cautious, but it worked. That section right there is the bane of learning to run this. It is just terrifying. But once you get it, it doesn't actually feel that bad. Oh yeah, that's a scary dude. This is another cool little sequence break that you can do. So Donald like slides when you stop moving, and if you can duck then, and normally that hit just goes to your death, but you can skip that whole section, and it saves a boatload of time. Oh, you know what? Weirdo Pete guy. So now we actually get to fight Pete, and this fight is really annoying. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm gonna make sure to hit him with a plunger once at least to start.
Shout out to his little minions that actually learned how to dodge today.
Yeah,
You
they
shoot
duck.
at them, they duck.
So we're gonna kill him because we don't want to deal with that guy because he just is annoying.
It's a good where he actually plays fair.
Yeah.
He's in his game.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I will say this for Pete. He is a well-dressed bad guy, which, you know, I can always appreciate. A well-dressed bad guy to me. Oh, mistimed it. That's okay. All the way up here, it's so much easier if he goes down a little bit to hit him. I think we only have like 1 or 2 more hits on him here. I lost count somewhere along the way. Why? Come back! Wait, no! Thank you. Don't run away from me. I'm trying to shoot you in the face with a plunger. Thank you. All right, now he waves the white flag and he gives me the Viking book, which then I dip it in water and it tells us some stuff, and it tells us where the actual treasure is. So the Great Duck Treasure Island.
There we go. I'm ready.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, it's amazing you don't have a stage where you go find water.
Yes. So you gotta find water somewhere, right?
This is my favorite level in the game. Like
This music is so rocking.
Yeah, this music is rad. So
these jumps are not great.
check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like if you just slide there, totally safe every time. This is one of my other favorite sequences. So you could try to be running there, or you can just mash slide, and it's actually safer.
Yeah.
The jumping is really crazy to time. It's like deceptively hard.
Yes.
Trying to run up that, you fall. That's it. You have to slide, in my opinion.
And cool. So now we are in the last temple, and how I mentioned there are two versions of this game. You're going to see what the big difference is all of this extra ammo and life. That's why I like to run on this game, because everything is full now. I'm good to go for the remainder of the game. So we're going to try to speed through a cycle here. We're going to take a bunch of damage because I just don't care. They have plenty of health. Oh, that guy stabbed me. Ouch. That was kind of mean of him.
He has a pretty crazy stab animation.
That like flame there was just like, hey, I'm going to wait you out. I did that kind of on purpose because then I can just kind of
a slick move, actually.
Yeah, there's weird like things in how you move when you're sliding, like in the air. So this, anybody that's ever seen Last Crusade, yeah, it's kind of like that.
Only the penitent duck shall pass.
So we switch over to popcorn, and this is the last boss. This is Viking dude.
Yeah.
Like, look, he's so cool though. Like, he's got this sword. Like, he's totally awesome.
Right, here it comes.
Hey.
Oh, look at you actually moving to the right spot.
So now we just sit here and we wait, and Donald, I time this out so when he gives me a dirty look, when he looks at me, I know that I need to shoot. So we have this understanding here. We've kind of got it worked out between the two of us.
So the reason the boss is stun locked is because MadMega hit him with the popcorn gun at the correct time in the animation of the sword, which breaks the sequence entirely, and just like locks him up because the boss is expecting that the sword hits the wall, and then it triggers the collapse of some blocks from the ceiling. But none of that's happened.
Oh yeah, time's coming up, by the way.
There's some blocks.
So there you go. So it actually like passes through eventually.
Yep.
But it shouldn't matter.
Time. Woo! So that boss is actually really hard. Like not hard. It is a non-trivial boss when you play that casually, or you can break it like this and you just stand there and you get to see awesome Donald Duck animations.
Okay, so you get to see that. Okay, he
will
fly.
Yes, you're right. He will fly. He will fly.
Dude, this ending is so terrible. This is such an obnoxious ending. So Donald goes and finds this amazing treasure, and Daisy's like, "Hey, where's my present?" Like, wait, what? Okay, here's this treasure that we found. This hidden artifact lost to time. How dare you!
It's just a statue.
So the incompetent nephews, they're carrying this over, and oh no, he dropped it. Oh, I got jewelry. Thank you, Donald. Everything's fine. And
now, Donald can fly!
Take the rest of the game!
He can
fly! What an origin story.
Alright. I'll take that.
Man, awesome.
That's pretty
Yeah,
solid.
that's awesome.
Alright, so that's it.
Yeah, that was fantastic,
that's
dude.
That's it for Donald Duck, I think, right? There's no more.
Wait,
there's no.
No.
Is there more Donald Duck? I don't think.
Oh no! Oh wait! Castle of Illusion.
Castle of Illusion,
So
but
technically,
yeah, I
think
mean,
he's
like he
there,
shows
but
up,
he
right?
doesn't
Yeah,
play.
but he's not a playable. Yeah, okay.
Right. That's in the next one.
That's So we've got more Disney coming up, which next is Castle of Illusion.
Castle of Illusion.
Right?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh gosh.
No. Not really. I kind of had to jerry rig it to fit the plunger in there, so I can't like fire it. Also, it's probably not safe.
There we go. I may have accidentally tried to fire it. Here, this is gonna go here now, which actually would have been a great idea for the run.
Yeah, that would have been okay.